us sing verse 1. Let us use this opportunity to turn and see everyone, and make sure to wave at those on our live stream. Say hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You may all be seated. There's about a 10-second delay here on the live stream, so just wanted to make sure that, coming up here, they're going to see everyone waving. Okay, all right. So we welcome you to our worship service. I've got a couple of announcements I want to lift up in addition to what we have here. I want you to know that we have worked really, 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 really hard on trying to make sure that the live stream works. In fact, someone asked how many hours went into it. And just kind of initial, we were thinking about 10 to 12. And that's just for one person. So you think about the number of people that are involved in this. And we spent about an hour and a half on Thursday practicing and re-practicing and working on the sound, and working on the multiple. We've got now 2 cameras going up there, and we're trying our darndest to get things better and better. So we appreciate your feedback, letting us know how things are going. And in addition to one of the things that we're going to be doing, we would love your presence on Saturday at 10 a.m. So Bill Bauer is going to be here, and he is going to give us a tutorial on the soundboard. And so when he came in just those few times, that guy knows his stuff. And so what we would like to do is we would like to cross-train different people. For instance, if you are just working on the camera, you should know a little bit about the soundboard. So, for instance, what happened last week, we did some practice after church, and it was just one little button. And that took care of everything. But if you remember, those of you that were last week, we didn't have any sound that came out of the video. It was just one little button that took care of everything. So if someone is cross-trained and they're up there being the engineer, all they can do is say, just press that button. Or, it could be something else. But again, that's going to be this Saturday at 10 a.m. And these are folks that are doing the engineer part, that are running the camera, that are going to be part of the soundboard. Because one of the things that we learned, and sorry to pick on you, Roger, but when Roger got COVID-19, you realized he was out for 2 weeks. And you got to rely on some other people. You got to have your backups. And that's one of the things that we learned with this virus. It could be something else, but you got to have as many people as possible. So 10 o'clock this Saturday, we would love to have your presence as we learn all the intricacies of the soundboard. So we're really looking forward to that. A couple of announcements to lift up. Wanted to give you an update on Kim Walker. So we know that the prayer chain has been sent out. Wanted to let you know I got an email, or excuse me, a text yesterday, and let me just kind of share that with you. Kim is hanging in there. Those of you that don't know, she had open heart surgery on Friday. And so the prayer chain went out. She requested that the prayer chain be lifted up in the morning for surgery. So this text is what came on Saturday. Kim is hanging in there. She has lost a lot of blood, has had several transfusions, and is having problems with blood pressure being low. She remained on a ventilator and a feeding tube for a few days. Doctors were happy with how the surgery went, and were hopeful it could buy her some time. And she's kind of looking at really what is the next step. So I talked with Kim on Thursday. We had a good time over the phone. We prayed, and she so appreciates your prayers right now, as she is facing some really, really serious wanted to give you an update on Kim. Yes, Jim.
What hospital is she at?
That I do not know. I just, I'm not even, I want to say Denver, but it could be Loveland. I'm not really sure which hospital. But the person that would know would be Connie Russell.
Okay.
Connie is the one that's been keeping me in the loop on everything with Kim. So, well, that's a reminder. One of the things that I always forget, so when I pastored in Aurora, and when I pastored in Chapman, we did the same thing where we were broadcasting out live. And one of the things, so I got into the training, we're used to it, is that when people make a request out in the sanctuary, people live cannot hear that. So for 5+ years, we have been doing that. So remind me, so the question was what hospital she was in, and so remind me of that. I'm going to need, I'm getting old, so I need some of those little training, those little tips to kind of help remind me of those things. So certainly if you have a question, let me know, and maybe just a quick reminder, Seth, make sure you repeat that, do something like that. And one other thing to lift up, we got a word on Friday that Arlene Powell had passed away. Her son left a message with us, probably on Thursday night or whenever that was. And many of you probably saw that in the paper today. A long-time resident and a person that many of you visited with the church here. She had moved up to Alliance to be closer to her 2 sons. For the past couple of months, she had moved out of the facility and was at home with her family, and so she died at home. And there is information if you want to watch the live stream of the service Wednesday, which is Tuesday. It's on Tuesday. So, yeah. Let me turn it over to you for your joys, concerns, announcements, birthdays, anniversaries. And those online, if you want to send me information, you certainly can text it. Yes, go ahead.
We have somebody turning 13 this week.
Happy birthday. So we got someone that's turning 13 this week. What day? On Tuesday. So we've got a birthday already on Tuesday. Others? Yes.
Tim's Uncle Bob passed away on the 20th of December.
So we lift up Tim's uncle, and we got that after we had already printed up the prayer list. And so we lift up your uncle who passed away on Thursday. So
It was the 20th of December.
the 20th of December. Yes. Okay. So our thoughts and prayers with you. Yes. Others sharing with you this morning. And Ellen, yes, yeah. I apologize. I'm just getting this situation up to see if there's any additional announcements. So yes, Ellen is in the hospital. Ellen Maxey's in the hospital, and so we want to lift her up in our prayer thoughts. And as I was visiting with Tim here this morning, he said that he's hoping she gets to stay one more night. Really, really needs to get her strength back. And so we want to lift up Ellen in our prayer thoughts as she is in the hospital. And yes, Sarah.
I didn't know if you shared, but our daughter Cora has been fighting COVID this week and is in her 7th day and is mostly recovered, but still not fighting. So.
Yeah. COVID-19 has now hit our family. So yes, Cora is tested positive for COVID on Monday. Of course, our worry is that she showed up at my parents' house on Sunday night, and so far right now, it just seems my folks are okay. But one of the things that I like to say about this virus is that it's kind of like playing Russian roulette. Some people hardly get anything. Some people, it's like Cora, she was sick one day, and now she just sounds like she has a bad cold. There's some people that are in the hospital, really, really sick. And then we're really close in our nation to getting close to that 400,000 death due to this virus. And so it's that rush. It's just really scary. And so, especially when it gets your family, people you know, and I know that many of you have been affected by that as well. So, thank you. So, other sharing in this. Yeah, but yes, thank you very much.
Ma'am Rose, excuse me. Deb Russell asked me to announce that she will be starting a Bible study on February 4th. It's the first Thursday in February, and it will be at 2:30 in the afternoon. It will be both in-house and on Zoom. The title, and I didn't write that down, is about the three women at the crucifixion. Mary Magdalene, and, oh gosh, I can't remember the third lady. Anyway, it's with a lady that is a wonderful, wonderful author, and I'm sure everyone would enjoy it. We do need to have you let us know in the office in the next few days if you would like to attend that. We have ordered 10 books, but many times we have people that want to do this and they just, have to kind of make up their mind. But it's for February 4th at 2:30, and everyone is welcome. It is a ladies' Bible study, but if there's some of you gentlemen that want to come, that's just fine too. So, but let us know if you'd like to attend that.
Thank you, Sue. And did get a note, Kim is in the hospital in Denver, but Connie did not know the name of the hospital. So let's go ahead and sing. Sheridan is having her birthday this week, she is a 13th teenager. So let us sing happy birthday to Sheridan. Children to come forward for our children. Okay. All right. So, what does this say? Stop. Have any of you ever heard this word? Yes, yeah. Okay, you've heard this word, stop. Okay. Well, I want to show you something that's amazing about the grace of God. So, come on down. We're waiting for you. Sorry. Here, let's see, right here. This would be a good spot. There you go. Okay. Stop. Okay. Oh, no. All right. All right. So every time that someone says stop to you, I want you to think about those times Jesus has said, maybe not so. So tell me it's those times that someone has told you stop. When you're nodding. Okay. All right. How about another one? When you've been told to stop? When you're talking in class, okay. Has anyone ever said stop? You? I saw you back on the floor back there. I have a hunch your mom was saying stop. Okay, so we'll do that right there. Yeah. So how about another one? How about those times when someone says, stop talking in church? Or that someone says, you want to take a nap in church, and someone says, no, you can't. Or someone says, do not color on the pew. Yeah. Or someone says, let's see, what would be another one? Maybe we should ask Max, because I've heard some stories. Max, what were you ever told to stop doing in church? Talking. So Max was told to stop talking in church. All right, are you ready? Oh, this is really cool. Okay, so, see this? Okay. So it still says stop. All right. Okay. So every time someone says stop, you have to realize, no, wait a minute. That's not the message that we get from Jesus. Okay, are you ready? Remember it said stop? Look at this. So, and one of the best parts It's the grace of Jesus. Is that every time someone says, stop, Jesus says, you know what, we're going to go straight to that stop sign. You like that? I'm now decorating my shoulder with the stop sign. I went straight to the stop sign through the power of Jesus. Yeah, and every time that someone says, stop, remember that Jesus says, you're forgiven. And so I think, and here's the best part. Hey, would you grab this? Grab it right here. Grab it right here. Okay, hold on really tight. Oh, you broke it! And that's the best part, it's been broken! Yay! You want to take that with you? Good, because I don't want it. There you go. All right, you got that. So remember that Jesus loves you so much. And you're trying to figure out how to make that, aren't you? Yeah, I can see you. All right, so would you pray with me? Okay. Oh, you don't want it? That's okay. All right. Dear God, thank you for your love. And to remind us, you forgive us. Amen. Well, I think Sue's got some candy for you. Prayer time. And, oh, I apologize. We got special music. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, go ahead, birthday girl and birthday boy. And let us have our special music. Now we have our prayer time, and so I invite you to turn your attention to the screen as we read the words on the screen. And just kind of one of the things that we're going to be doing, we've just ordered some equipment, and I know right now we have a camera that is running from the back of the sanctuary to show the screen, and we're going to, and once we get that equipment, we're going to be able to run it correctly, and so it's a little bit sharper picture. So we're continuing to make improvements on that. So, let us pray this prayer together. Awesome God, you have made all of creation and each cell of our bodies. You know our thoughts and you know our sins. We desperately try to hide our mistakes, our weaknesses, our embarrassments. But you know it all. And so we come before you now asking for your forgiveness. Even as you know the limits of our human capabilities. You know the unlimited power of your love. Forgive us, cleanse us, make us whole. Right now we're going to have our time of silent prayer, and we'll have the list of the prayer not only on the screen, but some of you may have also picked it up from the list that was right before you.
Dear Lord, I'm reminded of the house song I shared with kids here today. We've heard this word a lot. We've heard it in our businesses. We've heard it in our life. We've heard it in what we do. We don't have to be a child to hear the word stop. Gracious God, we know that it surrounds us. We know that there have been times when we've done something. We said to us, stop it. This is not who we are. We know that we have witnessed it with family members. We said, stop it. It's not who you are. We know that we have seen it in our friends, whether online, or workplace, or just in our daily life. And we said, stop it. That's not who you are. Gracious God, these are moments that to be reminded of forgiveness, grace, peace. Because gracious God, there is so much that is weighing on us right now. Not only do we lift up those that are prayer list here today, but all those that weigh heavy on our shoulders, weigh heavy on our bodies. I just ask that you grant us peace and remind us that we can much right into that stuff tonight. Through your grace, that you can continue to remind us of the ways that we carry us over the threshold. Bring us with eternal peace. Bless you, Lord. Your name be with us now as we lift it up in prayer that ultimately means grace, that ultimately means forgiveness, that ultimately means an opportunity to have a new life. Let us pray together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Let us sing, Blessed Jesus, at thy will. Okay, this week is a new week. Here's a big test. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, thank goodness. So, those of you that missed last week, we had just a series of things that just didn't work right, and one was my clicker, and so I think we're in good shape. The clicker works, so everything else should just fall into place. So, let's talk about a book. Faith, Hope, and Hilarity. Dick Van Dyke spent 3 years as a Sunday school teacher. Can you imagine what that would be like to have him as a substitute teacher? But anyway, he tells some fantastic stories in the book about things that children say. For instance, a boy describing God says, he draws us first and then cuts us out. Okay? When another girl, when they're talking about the central truth of the Good Samaritan story, one girl said, when I'm in trouble, someone should help me. When asked the question why worshipers don't do work offerings anymore, the kids just all said air pollution. And in response to the question, why is there only one God, one boy said, because God fills every place and there's no room for anyone else. And then one girl, when talking about the difference between God and Jesus, said, God puts us down and Jesus takes us up. I love that one. God puts us down and Jesus takes us up. If there's anything that I want you to get out of this message today, it is that Jesus takes us up. How profound. And some of you might say to yourself, well, that's pretty obvious. I mean, it's why we make the confession Jesus is Lord. And that's why we say the Lord's Prayer, because we believe, we confess that Jesus is Lord. It's why we have hope. Because in this plain understanding, hope is nothing without belief. And right to its core, it is the confession of faith. Hope cannot stand up in court. Hope cannot be proved by science, although there's some that have tried. Hope doesn't even help you with the scale. Sorry for all those of you trying to lose weight in the new year. Hope doesn't make your body lighter. Now, I'm not putting that. I better not. I've got a whole sermon series focused on hope. Now, I'm just saying we can't quantify hope, but it can motivate you. It can make you do things you never thought possible. It can lead you down paths that you thought were closed. And that can help you follow the one whose name is synonymous with hope. So let's look at the core of our sermon series for today. Because each lesson we're looking at this great hymn, Morning is Broken. And if you want to delve into it, it's hymn number 145. And each week we're looking at the title, which is found right in this song. Now here in a second, we're going to sing verse 2. Because that's where we find the title, Where Does Faith Pass? So let's go ahead and sing verse 2 of the song. I want you to be thinking of that song as we hear Sue read to us today from our scripture passage. Sue.
I'm reading today from John 1:43 through 52. The next day, Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip and said to him, "Follow me." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him, that whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph from Nazareth." Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." When Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him, he said of him, "Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael asked him, "Where did you get to know me?" Jesus answered, "I saw you under the fig tree, before Philip called you. Nathanael replied, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. Jesus answered, Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these. And he said to him, Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven opened and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. May God add his blessings to the reading of the Scripture.
Jesus picking up the disciples. But did you notice that the discovery was left entirely up to the people? Let me give you an example. Next, would you follow me? Now, I had hoped that Max would follow. In fact, I prayed at church this morning that Max would follow. In fact, I'm going to say a prayer right now. God, would you force Max to follow? Okay. Max, would you follow me? Would you give Max a round of applause? I made sure that he wouldn't follow me here. So. There you go. Good job, Max. Good job. So, fortunately for Jesus, he had a little bit better success than I did with Max. The decision was still left up to them. And we know this by verse 45. Philip found Nathanael to him. We have found him about whom Moses and the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph, from Nazareth. Nathanael was just as skeptical as Max was. And I said, follow me. But look at the response in the next one. Nathanael said to him, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Philip said to him, come and see. How is that for hope? How is that for a confession? The onus falls right upon Philip. And when he realizes the magnitude of the message, he turns to convince Nathanael to do the same. It's what happens when we place hope in those small miracles. You know, Robert Fulton has this great book. All I really need to know I learned in kindergarten. He has wonderful stories. I want to share one of my favorites. My grandfather Sam called me up last Tuesday, asked me if I'd take him to a football game. Grandfather likes small-town high school football, and even better, the 8-man ball played by crossroads teams. Grandfather's a fan of amateurs in small scale. Some people are concerned about how it is that good things happen to bad people, and there are those concerned about how bad things happen to good people. But my grandfather's interested in those times when miracles happen to ordinary people. Here again, he likes small scale. When a nothing team full of nothing kids from the nothing town rises up with nothing to lose against some upmarket suburban outfit with green uniforms and starts chucking Hail Mary bombs from their own goal line, and their scrawny freshmen head in, tight in, catches 3 in a row to win the game, well, it does your heart good. Murphy's Law is not always told, says Grandpa Sam. Every once in a while, the fundamental laws of the universe seem to be momentarily suspended. And not only does everything go right, nothing seems to be able to keep it from going right. And it's not always something as dramatic as a long bomb or a slam dunk that wins ball games. You ever drop a glass in the sink when you're washing dishes and have it bounce 9 times and not lose shit? You ever come out after work to find your lights have been on all day and your battery's dead, and you're parked on a hill and you let your old coffee go, and then it fires the first time you pop the clutch and off you order with a high heart? You ever pull out that drawer in your desk that has 10-year accumulation of junk in it, pull it too far and too fast, and just as about to vomit its contents all over the room, you get a knee under it and stagger back, hopping on one foot doing a balancing act like a great zucchini, and you don't lose it. A near miss at the intersection. The glass is knocked over milk that waltzes across the table, but it doesn't spill. The deposit that leads to rubber checks to the bank because there was a holiday you forgot about. The lump in your breast which turned out to be benign. The heart attack which turned out to be gas. Picking the right lane for once in the traffic jam. Opening the door of your car with a coat hanger through the window on the first try. And on and on and on and on and on. When small miracles occur for ordinary people day by ordinary day, we not nothing much happened at all, or some little pieces fell deeply into place. Grace of what might have been, but what wasn't, and it was good to get us scot-free for once. The ecstasy of what could never happen but did, and it was grand to have the odds again for a change. With a list of just what was for a day when nothing special took place, life just worked. My grandfather says he blesses God each day when he takes himself off to bed, having eaten and not having been eaten once again. Now I lay him down to sleep in the peace of the amateurs, for whom so many blessings flow. I thank you, God, for what would have liked. Amen. Now with that in mind, let's talk about Jesus. The title for today's message is found in the great line there in verse 2. And it begins, praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung into fleetness where his feet pass. Now, that line can be interpreted in many ways. But I'm kind of inclined towards Genesis 3:8. They heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden at the time of the evening breeze. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. The image that comes to mind is of one of God walking in the garden. And of course, that takes me to another hymn number 314, in the garden. In fact, we're going to sing the first verse in the garden right now. Now, I'll be honest with you, I could not find a connection between the two hymns. I could not find a connection between Morning is Broken and In the Garden. But I don't need an historical note to put the two hymns together with the scripture that details Jesus walking and talking and providing us with liberation. I don't need that. I just need a confession. I confess that my hope resides in Jesus. I confess that the line where my feet pass is all about Jesus. I confess that my faith resides in the man who challenged me. I confess that when Jesus tells Philip to follow me, it is actually a message meant for me. I confess that this gives me hope, because that message is not just for me, and the magnitude of this message is a reminder that the onus lies on me. My faith resides in no man, no mortal man, no politician, no political party, no group of thugs, no insurrectionists, and it doesn't even reside in those who have most Twitter followers. My faith, my hope, lies in those feet who challenge me to be like him, Jesus. I stand here confessing in front of you that when Jesus says, follow me, I will follow, no one else. Brendan Manning tells the story about a woman who goes to visit her priest and says that the vision of Jesus continues to come to her every time that she prays. It appears to me as real as you were standing right here, Father, said the woman. And he speaks to me. He tells me that he loves me and he wants to be with me. Do you think I'm crazy? Not at all, replied the priest. But to make sure it's real as Jesus was visiting you, I want you to ask him a question. When he appears to you again. Ask him to tell you the sins that I confess in my confessional. And then come back and tell me what he said. A few days later, the woman returns. Did you have another vision of Jesus? The priest inquired. Yes, I did, Father. And did you ask him to tell you the sins that I confessed during my confessional? Yes, I did. And what did he tell you? He said, I forgot. I love that story. It's one of the many that we can share about one's hope and forgiveness in Jesus. But more importantly, about the great things that lie before us. And that's why I want to draw your attention to what I believe is the key passage in today's scripture. The why. Why do we follow Jesus? Now, to me, this is vital because hope can only take you so far. My car does not run on hope. When my car gets down to E, I hope that it would go a mile or two more. But my car has run out of gas too many times to realize that I don't live on hope. I had hoped that this pandemic would be over after 3 months, after 6 months, after a year. I'm not tired. I'm weary. And my coping scales are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's why I need to be reminded of verse 50 again. Jesus answered, do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these. You will see greater things. God puts us down, and Jesus brings us back. In those words, I place my hope. When I see what is going on in the world, I see greater things. When I hear how people of this church have grieved with those with COVID-19, I see greater things. When I see how all of you have taken seriously our goal to not get people sick, I see greater things. When I see how patient you have been after we've had one challenge after another challenge after another challenge with our live stream, I see greater things. When I hear how we have all come together despite our political beliefs, I see greater things. When I know that people are placing their hope in Jesus and no one else, I see greater things. When I see the sun rise up in the morning, after the gut punch of the year, after a devastating week, after an honest apology, I know morning is broken. And more importantly, I confess that this is where his feet pass. And I used to see greater things. And I want to show you.
A man fell in a hole. He fell in a hole that he couldn't get out. A traveler passed by. He told the man to meditate, to purify his mind, and then he reached nirvana. All suffering will cease. The man did as he was told, but he remained in the hole. Another man appeared. He explained that the hole didn't exist, and neither, in fact, did the man. It was all an illusion. one day, perhaps, the divine strength free. The man prayed as best he could, but he was losing strength. And level he remained. Another man appeared. There was something different about him. He called down to the man in the hole and asked him if he wanted to be free. This man lowered himself into the air and into the pit. He took hold of the man and dragged him into the light. And the man in the hole, who could not get himself out, was saved.
Place your faith, your trust in Jesus alone. And despite everything that's taken place in 2020, and everything that's taken place this past month, do know confess. We will see great things. Believe the morning is worth where his feet pass. We now turn things over to Lizzie, and she plays her offering. We'll remind you that we have a lot of blocks in the back there to allow you safely and securely to place your offerings. You can also use the opportunity of our mailbox, 900 Hill Street, and then also online giving, which is found on our website, geringunited.org. Just click on the Giving Now button, and you have a safe and secure website. Let us listen. As we give thanks, we give back to God. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you for all those that have helped us service here today. Gracious God, it truly takes everyone to come together to make worship together. Whether we're here in the sanctuary, whether we're at home, whether we're on our device, as we're safe, we're driving, whether we're going to watch this recording later. Gracious God, there is so much of this to lift up for our blessings. Gracious God, we're just trying to do our best. We just ask that you continue to just shower these blessings upon us. And be with us as we understand our role in this great universe. Allow us to place our hope, faith, our trust in you, no one else. For that, we can get through any challenge. For this, we are thankful. We can turn back to you, Lord Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen. We invite you now to stand for our gospel. Before we have our final hymn, I invite you to turn to the benediction. The words are on the screen. Let us read this together. I go into the world listening for God's call in my life. I go into the world ready to follow Jesus Christ. I go into the world sustained by the love and power of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Here I am, verse 1. And just as a reminder, this Saturday we invite all of you that, and again, we're looking for as many folks as possible to help out with the engineering, with the camera running, with the soundboard, to come and just receive a little bit of training from Bill Bauer. And it'll be at 10 o'clock on Saturday, and you are more than invited to come and just learn, and so that we can continue to make our worship service better. And that's our goal. So, we invite you out as we sing our closing hymn, Here I Am.
Hallelujah.